If you're thinking about getting into life insurance, or you're a new agent, or maybe even you're struggling, you're probably asking, how fast can a new agent actually start making money in this business? Not someday, not once you've gone through 3 months of training. I mean, this month, this week, even this weekend. Because if you're like most new agents, you're not here for a theory. You're here for cash flow. Maybe you just left a job that capped your income. Maybe you're in a transition and need to replace a paycheck. Maybe you just know that you're worth more than what you're currently earning, and someone told you that insurance was the way to freedom. Let me tell you, they weren't wrong. But most people never tell you the real truth. How fast you should be making money depends entirely on the product you choose, the systems you plug into, and how quickly you start producing. So let's just walk through exactly where the fastest income opportunities are and which product lines to avoid if speed is your true priority. I'll just say it and start with final expense life insurance is the hands down fastest ramp up path in the insurance industry. And this is exactly why. If you're aligned with an agency, you can get licensed, appointed, and on the phones within 2 to 3 weeks, maybe even sooner. From there, assuming you're being trained properly and following a simple, proven process, you can close deals the same day you start dialing. I've seen it happen hundreds of times. I've done it myself. Most final expense products are simplified issue, no exams, no waiting on hospital records, no long underwriting windows. You submit the app and the carrier makes an instant decision or maybe next day decision. If it's approved, you get paid oftentimes within 3 to 5 business days. Most final expense policies will pay you somewhere between $500 to $800 per application, depending on the premium size and of course your commission level. At that rate, you're making somewhere between $2,000 to $3,000 in deposits. That's not a theory. That's not top producer money. That's just the average. That's 1 week when you follow a system and stay consistent. Now compare that to something like mortgage protection or term life. These can also pay really well and move fairly quickly if you're offering simplified issue options. But once you step into fully underwritten territory, you're adding delays. You're dealing with labs, exams, medical records, and underwriters. And that means you might wait weeks and sometimes even months just to get paid on your first case. IULs, or indexed universal life policies, they're powerful in terms of long-term cash value and high premiums. But again, fully underwritten products require patience. I've seen an easy case take up to 6 to 8 weeks. That's not a good model if you're trying to replace an income today. Now let's shift to Medicare Advantage and ACA health plans. These are fantastic for long-term residuals, but upfront income is significantly lower. A Medicare Advantage plan oftentimes pays somewhere between $300 to $400 per sale. That's a one-time commission. Good for renewal streams, but not for fast cash. ACA, you're looking at even less, more like $15 to $20 per month per enrollee. Even with 5 heads on a family plan, you're only making $100 a month. That's not going to support you early on unless you're enrolling massive volume. And in P&C, property and casualty, homeowners, autos, renters, it's all based on renewal volume. The quoting process takes a lot longer and the systems are far more complicated. And then the front end income becomes even more limited. It's stable, yes, but it's not built for speed really. So here's the real answer. If you need to earn fast, stick to life insurance, specifically simplified issue final expense. You can actually start taking payments within a couple of weeks of getting licensed and see income hit your account before the end of the first month or sooner. If you're someone who doesn't need money for say 3 to 6 months and wants to build long-term renewals, health products might actually make sense. Or if you can take a salary hybrid role while you learn, that's viable. But most agents can't afford to play the long game without short-term cash flow. The smartest way to enter this industry is with high velocity, high compensation products that funds your growth. Once you've built a solid base of income and skill, of course, then you can layer on a more complex or residual heavy lines. That's exactly what I did. I didn't come in with 100 grand in the bank. I didn't have a backup plan. I learned how to sell one product. I mastered one conversation. I stayed consistent. And for 3 years, I've averaged over 20 grand a month in issued premium. Not because I found a hidden secret, but because I focused on the fundamentals and chose a product that pays fast. So how fast can a new agent make money? If you're disciplined, aligned with the right team, and focused on final expense or simplified issue whole life, you can close your first sale within your first week or maybe even your first day, especially with the right team. You can get paid within days, and you can stack your way into a full-time income within 30 to 60 days, no questions asked. But I'll warn you, if you try to start with complicated products, no support, and no process, you'll be stuck in learning mode while your bills keep showing up. So choose a product that pays fast, master the script, stick to the process, and keep dialing until your money hits your account. Because once you get your first commission, you stop questioning whether this business works, and you'll start building a business that actually works for you. You have to remember, you don't need more time, you need more focused action. You don't need another course, you need conversations with people who ask for help. You don't need perfection, you need momentum. And momentum is built by choosing the right vehicle and going all in. So here's the hard truth. You can earn in days, you can grow in weeks, you can change your life in a year, but only if you move with urgency and execute with precision. I'll leave you with this. Discipline eats motivation, and execution destroys doubt. In this business, the faster you move, the faster your income catches up to your potential. See you guys in the next one.
Subscribe now to be a FEXPERT. Do it.